There are a couple ways to do shovel. I'm going to show you the simplest one, but there are ways to make it faster. So the principle behind all of them is you don't just straight lift the shovel. That's the thing you don't do, number one. So use this left shovel. Jump, tap forward on the way down. Like you would for a lot of objects if you want to land fairly low on them. You have to lift it forward against this box for a bit to orient it correctly. Not too much. You don't want to hold it forward all the way up the box, but like just a little bit to tilt it. And then once you have that little bit, you want to lift backwards until you height cap. So it's going to look like this. This is to give you additional height because in front of you, I am actually clearing an invisible wall. 2 invisible walls. One on this side, one on the other side. And if you telethrow from farther back, you get more height eventually. Now, the farther left you are, the safer you are. But I am very, very high actually. This is a very good angle. The actual invisible wall is probably aligned with the bottom of my game. It's probably about where it is. If you hit it, just go higher. Honestly. So if you can confirm yourself you made it over the invisible wall, great. Maybe one more for good measure once you're out of bounds. Stop. ETD. I mean SETD. Now you're gonna land on this bridge, and it's gonna do the weird falling but not falling thing again. And again, before you leave the bridge, just release X and tap hover. So your gravity doesn't like own you. And that's shovel. There are a couple ways to make it faster that I've been implementing. The first one is to not height cap it, because if you trust your angle, like I got an angle that I didn't have to height cap. I can just do a little bit forward, back. Also, the shallower your angle, like the more horizontal it is, like mine is pretty vertical, so that's good. The more frequently you have to throw to gain height. Pay attention to when you're losing height. Okay, the second thing I can do to make it faster, I can turn myself to the right and telethrow straight forwards to move myself closer to the end. This also makes it kind of safer, because if you do miss the ETD, you're closer to the end. There we go. And then sometimes you don't even need to use the bridge if you do it right. In fact, not using the bridge is preferable. I'm gonna do it at full speed.
ableist trigger get away!
I want to show what happens if I miss the ETD, but I keep hitting it. So I'm gonna just assume you're telethrowing straight forward. Oh no. If you're this far out, just land on these tracks. SETD here as much as possible. It's a great way to actually practice SETDs. You can go over here and hit this spring. Then you finish the level.
I'm not going to let the ableist trigger get away.
The second is if you're kind of close enough. Oh, I actually legitimately missed it. I went for it. Is you try and hover over to this shimmy stack because there's a spring at the top and hit the spring. Yo, what's up, Iris? And that is how you radical train slide.